Hi there, this is Kristie coming to you live from the Purple Lotus in West Palm Beach on this rainy Sunday afternoon. And we're here with Vanessa and Masi from Boston. And we're going to be talking to you about Kratom today. And we're going to be speaking with her live so that you can get a better understanding of what Kratom is. And there's a lot of mistruths out there. A lot of fear mongering going on by the media has been going on for years, and the truth needs to be told. Before we get started, we'd just like to give the disclaimer that we are not, none of us are medical doctors, and we are just ordinary people who drink a tea like many other teas, chamomile, valerian, green tea, Earl Grey, all of them. You know the history. Even when tea and coffee first came into the mainstream in Europe, there was protest against them in coffee houses and tea houses as well. So in my opinion, kava's not new. It's been around for 3,000 or 4,000 years. Kratom's been around 400 to 500 years as far as I know in Southeast Asia. It has quite a rich history. It's just new to Western civilization here in the States. So that's why we get pushback for a multitude of reasons, right? A myriad of reasons why. I won't get into all of them at the moment, but it's definitely, that's the truth. And so we're here to talk about the good things so people can know the truth, because what you hear on the media is not. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Marcy so she can give you a little bit of her background and her story and how she came about finding Kratom, how she uses it, the things that it does for her, why she drinks it, and yeah, where she was in her life and where she is now. So here she is.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Marcy. I'm from Boston, and I do drink Kratom. Kratom has saved my life. I used to use drugs for quite a number of years, and about 6 months into my recovery, I found Kratom. And I drink Kratom. I'm going to talk about the benefits of Kratom and how it has helped me. Okay, I've had back surgery, and I am in pain, so it helps me with my pain. I don't have to take narcotics anymore. I drink Kratom because it gives me energy. It helps me focus. I do not get high off of Kratom. And it's amazing how it has affected my life now. I don't have to take narcotics anymore. I can function. I can be a member of society and not be a menace to society. Since I've been drinking Kratom the last 3 years, I haven't ended up in jail anymore. I don't break up in handcuffs because I drink Kratom. It's nice to come to the Kava Bar. You're safe. Everybody knows you here. Everybody is kind. I can't say enough about Kratom and how it has saved my life. Okay. Now, it is in the caffeine family. It helps me stay up. I'm 47 years old. I stand on my feet all day at work, and it helps me keep going and going. The benefits of Kratom have been amazing to me in my life. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm only telling you how it has affected me and my life and why I drink Kratom.
And I have a question for you.
Yes.
In terms of like your doctor, have you ever gone to the doctor and asked, like, telling the doctor, like, I drink kava, or your family, how your family feels about that, you having drinking Kratom?
Right.
What is the support?
I haven't been to a doctor, but with me drinking Kratom, my family is all for it. They're not telling me not to do it. They'd rather see me drink Kratom than to do the things I was doing in the past. Because when I was using, I used to wake up every day and say, how high can I get today? Now, because I wanted, and I never worked. In my past, my job was to see how high I could get for that day. Now I've been working the last 3 years. I've been contributing to my family and my son. I can be a mother now. And I mean, I was there physically, but mentally, I was somewhere else. But now I'm drinking kratom. My husband goes and gets it for me, and he brings it to me. Okay,
So do you drink it while you're working? So
I
how does
drink
it
it.
feel when you do that? Like, does it give you energy? What it do?
Yes. When I drink kratom at work, it gives me energy. It helps me focus. I am on my feet for 8 hours a day, and I'm getting up there. And it does not get me high. It keeps me going. It helps me stay stable in my life, and I absolutely love it. And I am so glad that I have found kratom because the effects of it has helped me. I don't have to take drugs. My family supports me drinking kratom. They don't mind it at all. I tell my boss I drink kratom. She doesn't mind it at all. My friends know I drink kratom, and they're like, "Hey, one of my old coworkers said, stick with the kratom. You're amazing. You're amazing." And we still talk, and she's all for it. They're all for it. My husband even comes to the kava bar with me, and he drinks the kratom tea instead of him drinking alcohol. Okay, my son comes to the kava bar. He totally supports me drinking kratom, and he plays the video games down here. And he's here.
Right?
Yeah, child friendly.
And
It's dog friendly. It's dog friendly. I even bought dog biscuits today and some dog treats. I absolutely love it here. I mean, this is my second home. My husband comes every. See, there's Lilu. You could bring your dogs down here. Come see me. I have dog treats for everybody, for the dogs. So back to the kratom. I love Purple Lotus. I love Kristie. I can't believe how much nicer I am today than how I was in my past. I hated everybody. And kratom, it has changed my life and my husband's life. I can actually be a great member of society today and pay my bills. So like I said, I'm not a doctor. I can just tell you how kratom has affected me. And we're located in downtown West Palm Beach. I can't wait to meet you guys watching me live right now. Come down. We'll have a kratom drink together. We'll have a conversation.
And let's say hi to Nathan.
Hi, Nate. Hi, Nate Howard. How are you?
Thank you. We love the shirts, and hopefully we're gonna have the new booty.
Yeah, there's shirts down here. You guys can get right on board. Get one and go in the bathroom and change and come right out here. Come live with us.
Yeah,
Come,
look at that.
come live.
And look, yeah, absolutely. Good booty.
Look at that.
There you go.
Bula. And there's real coconut shells. There's real coconut shells. This is the real deal. Yes. This place is awesome, guys. It's changed my life. Patriots, yes, and we are going to the Super Bowl, so there'll be a big Super Bowl party down here next Sunday. We'll have a big fruit platter with cheese, spinach dip. This is my second home. This is my second home, and kratom has helped me. And I drink it every morning. And I'm on the go, going to work.
RC's birthday was yesterday, and her husband made a beautiful spread here. But she says during the night she actually was having some hip pain.
Last
She got
night.
up and had a kratom tea, and pain went away.
Yes. I had to change each side because I was having some hip pain. So I get up and I made a kratom tea, and I was okay. I was all right. I didn't have to pop 50 million pills and kill myself with pills because kratom's not going to kill me. It saved me, and it still does. And this is the honest to God's truth. So I stay grateful for kratom. I stay grateful for everything in my life. The little things, having lights on, having food, have running water, little things like that, I stay grateful for. Because if I don't remain grateful, something, that's it. I'll be miserable. It's the little things.
So you
Yes.
how do you feel about what she just said? And Marcy, do you mind?
Thank you,
Talk
Marcy.
to you soon, guys. Come on down. We're down here.
Great.
Ah,
Well, sometimes, when Jimmy and I first started this, going into our 16th year now, or 15 and a half, going towards Sweet 16 here in downtown West Palm Beach. And we never opened it. Neither one of us ever had a drug problem. Jimmy just was having dreams about adopting a Hawaiian baby, which led him to research about Hawaii for a speech class he was taking, and found that the native people there drank something called awa, and that it was good for depression, that it was good for sleeping, that it could double your REM stage of sleep, it could cause you to have lucid dreaming. And so he used to order it online when he was a bartender down here on Clematis Street. He never was a drinker. He always hated alcohol, always hated the way that people acted on alcohol, having to defend the girls who were getting hit by their boyfriend in the bar, or just people fighting in general out on the street. People can get quite ugly. You never know how alcohol is going to affect someone. It can depress them, or they could get violent, or they get sloppy, or they get in their cars and drink. You won't have that with kratom. It actually, if anything, can make you more in tune, where if you're studying, or when you're taking classes, like Vanessa got her through college with she graduated with honors, and she's now a teacher. And when people like Marcy come up to me, I have it happen to me really a lot when I go to Miami for some reason. They actually thank me. They thank me for bringing it to Miami, because it gives them something else to do, an alternative to a bar where they can hang out and talk. And they really, it's very touching. And I'm just surprised at how much it does help people. It really is. It's something wonderful that I love my business, and I'm very thankful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all of my customers. I'm grateful that we found kratom when no one knew what it was. We were the first to sell it in a retail setting like this. We were the first to put kava and kratom together. It's honestly what made kava bars cool, and everybody now, there's almost 30 in the state. And by technicality, we're the oldest, but we might not have been the first, but we're the oldest now running Kava Bar in the country, and we were the first to sell kratom. So we're also going to be bringing in Marta. Marta is a wonderful person. We're also going to be bringing in Kevin later, just to speak with us. We're going to start a series on the history of kava bars in America, and kratom in America. And Kevin is a teacher. He's a history teacher here in Palm Beach County, and he is going to be helping us with that. So each week we're going to be, having a little episode, right here on live in the Purple Lotus in West Palm Beach. So we hope that you can join us, and we would love to have questions and grow this into something special, because it's never been done before. Kratom can be such a taboo subject because of all the negative publicity it has received for no reason. Helping with pain, helping people for whatever reason, it seems once they start drinking kava and kratom, they don't go to bars as often, and when they do, they say, you know what, I don't really like to drink any longer. I feel like I don't need it.
in the sense of family as well. I think that people come here because they need that family environment. Because look, I'm from Caracas, Venezuela, but my circle of friends are very small, and I love coming here because as a woman and my family with my husband, we like to come here because it's a safe place, and everybody knows you, and you can talk. The music is not that loud, and you can still communicate with others. And everybody asks about Lilu, my dog. How are you?
two cats.
And one time I saw a flying squirrel.
Oh, what would the little sugar gliders?
Yeah,
Someone
so
had
I
sugar.
mean, it's such a cool place, and not only that, I think that coming back to Kratom, I think Kratom brings the best of us as people to get us united, and the most important thing is that it makes us feel energetic, excited about life, and that's what it is. Life is about that.
Kava is very bonding. It is very sacred in the South Pacific island culture. And they have kava ceremonies or rites of passages. And each little island has, different sayings and traditions. In Hawaii, they put a little over each side of their shoulder for each side of their ancestry because their ancestry is very important to them. And they believe that when you drink kava, you can get into a better meditative state to hear the messages from your ancestors so that you can think clearly to hear the messages coming through from the other side. So, the other thing kratom can do is, well, it does do, is if you've ever been an addict, again, we are not doctors, but I can tell you from the 15 years and the 13 of those years I've been selling kratom here that I've seen people who truly want to remain sober do so through the use of kratom because it attaches to the same opioid receptors in your brain that opiates do without being an opiate. So, my friend Martha is going to be joining us now, and she, again, in her own words, is going to give her testimony on how kratom has helped her. And she is a firecracker, very lovely woman, and wonderful personality, mother, and wonderful citizen of Palm Beach County, Florida, Martha.
Hi, my name is Martha. Not yet? Okay, now you can hear me. Hi, my name is Martha, and I'm here to tell you my truth. I'm nothing but a retired nurse, and I am 54 years old, and I've been a recovering addict for almost 20 years. How What's kratom? Kratom is nothing but an organic root from a tree. That's all it's kratom. Nothing else, nothing more. Kratom is nothing but an organic truth from a tree. And this is exactly what a lot of rehab clinics don't want you to know. This is what they don't want you to know. Methadone clinics don't want you to know. Detox clinics don't want you to know. Um, AA don't want you to know. AN don't want you to know. Because this is my truth. How I got introduced to kratom. I was doing opiates from the time that I was probably 12 years old. And at 48 years old, my family decided that it was enough and they put me away. I was doing 350 milligrams of methadone with benzos. What are benzos? Benzos are Xanax Valium, Xanax bar, so far and so on. And 3 months passed, and I was literally dying. They had to take me to the hospital because I was having an hemorrhage. Hemorrhage? I was bleeding a lot, nonstop. One of my friends found out what happened, and she has been introduced already to kratom. She loved it. And I remember her always telling me, she always would say, it's like a caramel base, like a chocolate base. And I couldn't understand what she was saying. Trust me, now I understand. So what happened, she went in there with 2 cups of kratom. And she said, drink this one now, and before you go to sleep, drink the other one. I was dying. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I was always on the edge, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts. I was withdrawing 350 milligrams of methadone with benzos. So people that know about this and are recovering like I am, and our counselors or whatever know this. Nothing is gonna work. None of that is gonna work. It's nothing for words. And then the person is gonna go into the street with all these emotions, and now you don't have no choice but to go out there and start back up where you end up. And when you come back, you end up worse. So what happens? She came in when I drank that cup of kratom. My whole world dropped. Like I was sitting in a chair, and because it takes a little while to heal your stomach, and you know what? It lasts longer. It lasts for a whole amount of hours. It lasts. I mean, even the next day you will feel much better. But when that stuff hit me, and to remind you that I just said that I was 3 months without nothing on my stomach, and anxiety and all that stuff. When I took that cup, I was sitting in a chair, and when that stuff hit my stomach so hard and so nice and so angelical, all in my stomach, I jumped out like this, and my hand went backwards. And when I came back up, I felt like they had taken the whole monkey off my back because I came back to life. That night, I was able to drink a little half a cup of tea. I was dehydrated. And the good thing about kratom is that it makes you drink water. It makes you drink water. So you're going to flush. So it's not like a lot of people think that kratom is this thing that's going to kill your organs, the liver, your kidneys, da 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 da, and all this bad judgmental thoughts that I'm not even there. I've been doing it for 8 years. And this little cup saved my life.
Now, Martha, I have a question for you. You talked to your family about Kratom. What did they first think? And now, what do they think?
That's a good question, yo. That is a very good question. My mama comes in here now, 81 years old, and drink kratom. She has had surgery, 16 surgeries, because my mom was in a wheelchair. She could not sleep. And so I bring her over here, and she's a tough cookie. She says this thing is like she sleeps. I said, Mom, how you slept last night, dog? And she's like, yo, that's sorry, yo, but it brings joy to my life. My husband is a sponsor for AA, and I'm not gonna show his face. And if anybody sees my face and know, well, I'm gonna tell you too. He'd rather drink kratom than go back to doing what he was doing. This is not a thing that you gotta drink every day. This is not a thing that you're gonna get addicted to it. No, no, it's all how you gonna drink it. See, because I can come now and I might and I just draining, and tomorrow I might not come because it lasts for a long time. I'm telling you guys. If anybody wants to leave a message or a question for Christy, you're welcome to do so. My name is Martha, and I'm telling you, Kratom saved my life. And for those Christians out there, Jesus is my savior, but Kratom still saved my life. Okay, because that's what people want you to do. Clinics and everybody, it's all about the money. $10 and you feel good all day. Thank you, people. I hope you liked it. How do I do? How do I do?
Oh yeah, Kevin is next to you. Oh, you did great, but we're still live.
Sorry, sorry.
This is our first time ever doing or attempting anything like this, so please bear with us. We promise to get better at it, but in the interim, we are going to be working on the history of kava bars in America, history of kratom in America, and kava in America, all together with our friend Kevin, who is a teacher here in Palm Beach County. And so I would like to introduce him now. His name is Kevin Rosselli. Hi, Kevin.
Hello, everyone. That's right. My name is Kevin, and I am a frequenter here at Purple Lotus Kava Bar in Palm Beach, Florida. Thanks for sitting down with Kristie, all of us, to tell us our story, I guess. So, Kristie, what am I talking about today?
Well, I wanted you to say we're going to be working on the history, like a series on the history of kava bars in the United States.
Right.
Because it is something that is new.
New phenomenon, sure.
Of kratom, maybe, I was thinking, since you're so good at learning the history of things, to tell people once a week, maybe in a short 10-minute episode,
Oh, okay.
different little unique things that we found out, either about kava or kratom, since, we do sell indigenous beverages here, and those are obviously what we base most of our business upon.
Mm-hmm.
And kratom, well, kava does receive attention, but definitely kratom in the past 5-6 years has received a lot more. So
Definitely.
I really would like to get the education out there about kratom, get the truth out there, so that we can clear up all these misconceptions and these lying doctors and the lying politicians and the pharmaceutical companies and the drug treatment companies. There is a place for everybody here. I'm not knocking them, and I really just wish that they need to show a little bit of respect. We are not pulling anyone's leg here, twisting anyone's arm to drink it. It's totally, if you want to drink a tea and that tea helps you, look, I've never been an addict, so I have no reason to drink kava or kratom other than I like to drink it. I do have pain from accidents. I have a slip disc in my back. I have herniations in my neck. I have lockjaw where I had to have TMJ surgery. I have injuries. I've been in about 40 total vehicles. And I know kratom helps when I do have this back pain. My back is spasming out. Within 10 minutes, I put on heels and I'm ready to go walk around and enjoy my day. But we're not doctors, and I don't believe I cannot make any medical promises. I just know how it helped me, and I wanted to know how it helps you and anyone else who wants to come forward and talk, so that we can gather a series of educated people, giving us their experiences with kratom and kava.
Okay. All right. Because you'd mentioned the history. We had talked about that, and boy, there's a lot out there so far. I've looked a little bit into it, checked out some books, been doing some research. It's hard to find materials about the growth of it in America. I will say that. A lot of it just seems to be in the local. We in Palm Beach County know about kava, but go maybe a county or two over, and you're going to find a very limited knowledge of it. I think mostly because I think you also pointed it out. What little press you hear about kava, kratom, is often in the news, and it's related to some issue of some kind. And so, you and I both know we've been dealing with that for a long time.
They really go out of their way to try to find something negative, because, to be honest with you, we've been selling kratom for 13 years and kava almost for 16, and we have yet to have any incidents. We don't have fights in here.
No?
If anything, it helps people. And that's such a misconception, because if you listen to the news and you listen to the politicians who are trying to ban it, you listen to even the FDA, who's supposed to be looking out for us, and here they are. You know for a fact that they're lying to you, because how long have you drank kava and kratom?
Oh, about 6 years now, I would say. I started coming here to the Lotus 2013, but when it was at the other spot, obviously. But and that was 6 years ago.
And do you talk to your doctor? Does he know that you
Oh yeah, I mean, like to him, I'm in a modicum of health. Mostly his greatest concern was my weight, and as you know, I've lost 110 pounds since 2007. Thank you. And I will say that Kratom Kava was an essential component of that, mostly dealing with the regulations of hunger and diet. You know, for me, I mean, big guy, I was always hungry. You know.
Kava can help as an appetite suppressant,
Mm,
I believe.
yeah.
At least that's what the South Polynesian people
So,
say.
so they say, but I mean, I know that ever since drinking kava, I was in 330. I'm at like 220 now, so definitely helped. And
And so, do you really contribute some of that to Kava and
I do, because I know that the hardest thing for me was overcoming those hunger pains, like when I'm eating less than what what I was used to, particularly in the beginnings.
Can I interrupt you?
Sure.
Do you think the eating came from somewhere else, like anxiety, and that maybe the Kava could help with your anxiety because they are mood altering as well? They elevate one's mood, which is a big reason why people use drugs. So
Mm,
that's another reason how they help because they're mood elevating.
right.
So some people use food
Mm.
as a drug.
Who knows? All I know is that I'm happy, I'm healthy, and I'm drinking kava. Whether or not they're connected or not, I feel that they are, and I can only speak to myself. I can't speak to everybody else. But I mean, also, I've been coming here for 6 years, and when you first met me, remember how bad my back was? Like I came, and you were there. I came in one time when I had a sciatic pinch, and I was like almost paralyzed. I couldn't move. I was in such excruciating pain. I had those two canes, and I had to walk myself into the kava bar because, I was working. I didn't want to take any drugs. I also didn't. It was yeah, and I was gonna say like I mean swimming 1,000 yards a day. I'm going to the gym. I'm in great shape, and I haven't had a back problem since.
And you take multiple walks.
Oh yeah, what was it, like 4 miles a day? Yeah, about 4 miles a day. We've been doing that, just walking around town, and you put it out, quicken your step. That pain, that soreness, that stiffness, it melts away, and the quality of life, it's really there, and I definitely like that part about it as well, and the relaxation, and obviously the community.
Yeah, definitely a strong sense of community.
Mm.
We've always tried to keep our place as nice as possible so that people always feel welcome. I always say sometimes we're like the island of misfit toys, that there's people from every background, every religion, every race, every social, economic background, all education levels, all working class levels, and they all meet here,
Mm-hmm.
and we all love each other. We're like
It's-
one big family.
It is amazing. You really don't find a place like this, too many other places like this in the country. I mean, just think about like the social pressures of today, especially in young men and women, is to go out and to have fun and to do all these like big strong things, but it always seems to be centered around the idea of recreational alcohol and drinking and partying. You go to a tailgating, that big drum is not Coca-Cola, it's beer. It's alcohol. Everyone is drinking alcohol. And that was most of us. That was most of us. And I didn't like it. I didn't like, the being drunk. I didn't like the health problems of it. Lord knows beer goes right to the belly, beer belly. And like can't drive, you're inebriated, whatever. Those things are not as fun. Here you have all of the recreation, you have the fun, you have the enjoyment, you have the community, the camaraderie, you have all that without the inebriation, without the incapacitation, as it were, for people who drink alcohol. I drive home every night, and I'm never concerned about it.
You also think, guys, that when you talk to someone, because their minds aren't clouded with alcohol, that it's on a much deeper level. It's like very bonding. Kava is a very bonding elixir that people talk. You're not just talking and it's like small talk. It's like you're really forming a relationship with the people around you.
I agree. No, it definitely gets the gift of gab. People love to talk to you here. And not just, here, people walk by and talk to us all the time, and it's great. I mean, we have neighbors around here who were, I would say, hesitant at first, but we've been making good bonds even with them, I really have had a difficult time finding a negative to say about this place, and to try to be balanced. It's really not for me personally. I mean, it's been 6 straight years, and I cannot think of an issue that I've come across in my health, in my personal life of any kind, in a negative way. It's been nothing but positive. Certainly that. And on the side note, I mean, when was the last time I drank alcohol? I hadn't been like months. If not, it might have been like Christmas or something, if that. I just don't anymore. I don't even enjoy it. So for me, this is my recreation, and this is so much safer, so much better, so much healthier, and I like that.
Like the support of your family. Again, I'm asking this
My
question
family?
because it's so important. So how do your family react to it? Like, did you tell? I mean, did they know that you're drinking kratom? And
Oh yeah.
what do they feel about it? What's their
They love it.
opinion?
They love it because they know that when I was younger and going out and drinking and whatnot, they were very afraid for me. And just like they would for my brothers. Parents are much happy. At least my parents are much happier with that. I'm not out drinking and I'm not going to all these crazy places. That I have a structured lifestyle centered around this place, which is almost like a coffee shop, really. And my computer's sitting right there. I grade papers and I work.
I stole your chair.
Oh no, that's quite right. I can't do that at what is it, the bars down in Clematis. There's no way I could do that.
Yeah, and that's a good point because I mean, for example, when I used to there we go. So Michael, I really love you guys. Oh wow, there's a lot of
Wow.
Hey, thank you very much. So you want to read those? There.
Okay. Really love you guys. You're doing this. Kratom needs to be implemented into drug recovery. I have friends who have been taking Suboxone and methadone for years. Big ups to the platform. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
Again, we're not doctors, but I do know that Suboxone, they try to push it for people that are coming off heroin, and I understand sometimes people do need drugs to get them through, but I definitely don't think it's meant to be lived on. And I know Suboxone in itself can be very, very addictive, and people can overdose on it just like they can any other drug. And our government, if you can research this, has a vested interest in Suboxone. They actually bought it from a British company, and they have doctors, psychological doctors, that
Hey, Sophie.
a special certificate to put out a prescription for Suboxone. And then, so you're on the street drug, and then you're on their drug. So we want no, we need to have Suboxone, and because we're honest with you, if you really want to be sober, this is one of the things that is amazing. Just simply drinking the tea connects to the same receptors in your brain without being intermediate, so that you do not have that desire and the urge to use again. Because once you are an addict, those receptors open and they don't ever close. So thank you, Michael, and hopefully I'll have Vanessa reach out to you to just say hello and thanks for the comment. William Foster.
What's up, Will?
Running, love it for life. We love you too. Thanks for chiming in. And your family's here. Oh, okay. And then this is my daughter, Sophia. And Jimmy. She grew up in the Kava Bar, and then we have the chief in command. Man that brought happiness to West Palm Beach. Okay. So,
You want to use the mic?
Oh.
Sorry.
No.
I can read the comments.
Lucas loved it.
Wow.
Oh, my friends in Germany are on. Hi, guys. Nice to see you over there in Heidelberg. Hopefully, we'll see you in a couple months when we return there. I know Lucas loved kava. I wish I could open in downtown Heidelberg. I think every city needs a kava bar. Unfortunately, in Europe, I think it's the kava that I think, though, Germany just lifted the ban on kava, so that's an amazing, amazing thing. Nate Howard, Bula, the Lotus saved my life.
If you want to call us, you can call us and tell us your story. That's another thing. Or come here Friday. We're going to talk about Friday.
Can we raise any questions? Yes, Ulrich, I would love to have any questions. As a matter of fact, Vanessa is saying that you can call us.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to call us, you can call us at, I'll give you, actually, I think you can call us here on FaceTime. if you want to do that, or let's see.
This is our first time, so we're going to learn as we go. Erica Khan, how are you doing, girl? Taking care of your horses and your dogs.
What about if we
Brenda Blackman, I love you, Brenda. I miss you, and I'm so happy to see that you're on here listening to us. Hopefully, I'll see you soon.
You can call us on FaceTime, or like I think there is a way to call us if you want to tell us.
Brenda is a man. She is just an incredible lady that I haven't seen for a while, but I will tell you, she truly knows the truth about kratom. She truly loves it. This is a very intelligent woman, and maybe it would be wonderful to have her either call in one day or even be here to be on the show with us and to explain her experiences with kratom, how she found it, what it's helped her with, and how her family feels about it. Yeah, I'd love to hear and talk with her. Let's see, how else do I do this? How do I do this? How do I get down?
So Friday we're gonna have a ladies' night, because we have this idea of, like, sometimes when my husband travels, I don't like to go to a bar. I don't like to go anywhere without him, so I feel safe when I come here. So we're gonna do this because we wanna kind of like get girls together and give us their input about what do you do on a Saturday night, or a Friday night with your friends. So instead of drinking, you can come here, get kratom or kava or kratom.
We can have a dance party.
Exactly. So if you're by yourself and you wanna do ladies' night, you can leave your man at home and we can do that. And just come by and have fun with us Friday at 8:30. Is that okay?
Yeah.
8:30. Come
Perfect.
and join us, ladies, and tell us your story. And mostly because the whole idea behind this is that we want to tell you that we just want to feel safe, right?
Yes.
When we go out. So this is the best place to come. So, any questions? Anybody? Oh, look, we have a new comment.
Aww.
So if you want to call us right now, you can call us here. We will put you on FaceTime. Okay?
Yes.
And we want you to tell us your story and how kratom has benefited your life. And the most important thing is that we want to hear from the people. Oh, look at that. You want to come?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, here we go. We have somebody. Yay! Now remember, we're not doctors, we're not physicians, we're just regular people that believe that this could help a lot of people. Let me turn on the light.
Yeah, Jimmy, I think turn the light down a little bit. Hello, how are you? We are doing a show on kratom for the benefits of it, to get positive education on it, to put a positive spin on it, because so much negativity has been spread about it and untruths. So we're just asking people to give their testimony on how you found kratom, how you found the kava bar, and what it has done for your life, the community here at the Lotus, and we're just trying to spread our love, spread our kava love. Fula.
Oh, wow. Hey, I'm Jason. Do I hear anyone or just? Oh, okay, just talking. All right. Well, let's see. I found Purple Lotus in Delray Beach about 3 years ago, and at the time I had been living here a few years in Florida, and I really felt like where the location was with the bamboo trees and the ambiance and the tiki lights and everything. It was just a really cool atmosphere. And I had, I think, tried kratom and kava once before, and I enjoyed it. So I enjoyed going there. It was a big part of my leisure time, escaping from my reality of the hustle and bustle world. And that was a place where I found a lot of peace and contentness and relaxation and community. So, yeah, and it's evolved to where it is once a day, everyday thing, and I enjoy coming here after work. I enjoy detaching from the material world, and it helps me spiritually. I feel that it does help me to be more present with my life, to be more in touch with my feelings, and it helps with anxiety, helps with stress. It definitely is something that I enjoy. It is helped me in a lot of ways to enjoy my life, and I enjoy the drink. I enjoy the atmosphere. I enjoy the people and the community, and yeah, I guess that's about it.
For you though.
Sure.
So, how did you first find Kava Kratom? What made you decide? Oh, I think I'm going to give this a try. Was it just some?
It was actually a friend that brought me into Lotus right up the street when I was on Ivernia for the first time when I first moved here like 6 years ago, and I had kava, and I really didn't think much of it at the time. So it wasn't until later on that I.
Your family, they know that you drink kratom. Are they accepting of it?
I think they're a little more skeptical and worried about what it can do to me, you know. So, you know, for me, I explained to them that I'm never going to overdose on it. It's not something that I'm going to go running around robbing people for money to have it. It's not something that I can't live without. So, you know,
What do they base the negative feelings about it on? Is it from negative media that has been put out there?
I think just not knowing what it is and not knowing what it is. So
This is to educate people on what it is. Listen, it isn't for everyone, but it may be for you. And we just want the truth to be out there that, you know what, if you try it and you don't like it, it's nothing that you're going to get addicted to. It's just an alternative to taking pills or to alcohol or to bars. It is a bar setup. We just don't serve alcohol. That's basically it.
yeah, that's cool.
We need to get the positive words out there.
Cool. Yeah. Well, you know, it's nothing truly harmful for anyone. So it's a choice thing, and like I said, I love the community here, the people that I'm connected to here, and it is a place for a social life away from the world that's out there. But yeah, there's never fights here. There's never anything negative that happens in a kava bar. There's animals and children that play here and activities and games. So it's a really relaxed, cool freaking library. That's what it is to me. It's like just being in a cool library. Like that's how I feel when I'm here. It's a place of peace and serenity for me. So thanks, Chris.
Yes, thank you for your words and your time.
There is one final guest I would like to just come and say hello for 2 seconds, and we're going to be closing out the show here in 10 minutes, but we should have El Jefe sit down. He's going to bula with us. He's going to get me a bula after so we can all bula. We'll do one final bula together, and you guys out there can bula with us. This is, for those of you who don't know him, Mr. James Ciano. And the one, yes, the one question we want to ask you, which what everyone asks, how did you first come across kava?
Research, university or a Hawaiian research popped up, and it was started from there. That's it, basic.
What did it say? What did the research tell you?
It said that kava was good for someone like me who didn't like to drink, didn't like to party too hard, but need a little something to relax at night.
And you started ordering it.
Mm-hmm.
You said you were going to bring kava to the
People. Bula.
yes.
Okay, so yes, so these are the voices. Oh my God, I'm showing everything here. Sorry. These are the voices of Kratom. It was such a pleasure to share with everybody this amazing story. I'm just going to finish with mine. I'm a teacher, like Kristie said. I graduated this year. Well, last year. But between full-time work, school, preparing a wedding, I was super, 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 super stressed out because, of course, too many things that I did at the same time. So I came to the Kava Bar with my husband, and I started drinking the Kratom tea, and it really helped me to concentrate. And the most amazing thing is that I started drinking it and doing my homework, and I was able to concentrate with 20 people at this place. So that is amazing. And not only that, I got really good grades. I graduated with honors. I connected better with my friends, my family, and everybody here. So I'm very, very, very grateful for finding this amazing place. And not only that, Kristie and I love Kristie. She's amazing. And now that we have this idea, we want to invite you to participate. So if you have any story that you want to share about Kratom and Kava, please, please reach us. That's my number. You can call me at any time, send me a message. And also, we want to invite you to come here and be part of the family.
I'm sorry to cut her off like that, but I have
Bola.
to speak to you guys on something. My son just came in here for the first time, and he dropped.
Wait, let me give you this.
Nice. I gotta tell you this. This is amazing shit in here. This is no BS. Okay, and I'm sorry if I speak like that, but this is me. And so he came in here. I gave him a tea, and he's like, "Mom, this is nice. You're not doing anything bad." And it broke my heart because it's like you and the environment that's pet friendly, kids friendly, old people's friendly, disabled people's friendly. So don't knock it until you try it. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. Marcy, everybody that has made this amazing, Jason, Kevin, everybody, me, and Kristie, who I love very, very much. And mwah. And by the way, Friday we're gonna get here together, ladies and gentlemen. Even though it's gonna be a ladies' night, we invite you to come and tell us your story. We're gonna be actually doing ladies' night, Kava night, Friday at 8:30. We said, so you can come and tell us your story. And also, why going to a bar on a Friday when you can come here and feel safe? I mean, and drive safe, and you can be with friends. So if you're alone, if you like me, my husband's gonna go away for like 2 days. So I wanna come here and have fun, and I wanna meet you, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. So I'm gonna close with my good friend Kristie.
Okay, I just wanted to say goodbye properly, and I'm so glad that we had the opportunity to do this. It means so much to me because I fought so hard the past 6 years or longer. You really have no idea how we've been treated so poorly in so many ways, so many situations. I could probably talk for an hour. You wouldn't believe I could write a book about honestly discriminatory practices that have been used against me by the local city governments, by the FDA, by our state politicians, and our county politicians. Even in other counties, we have gone to fight for kratom. In other states besides Florida, sitting in senators' offices, representatives' offices, and my local representative, I have to say, Lois Frankel, she really did listen to me when I needed her, and she was one of the 52 House of representatives that signed a letter to the FDA and the DEA, pretty much the DEA, because they were banning kratom and abusing the power that was given to them by Congress, to stop that they were overstretching their boundaries and that they needed to rescind the ban. And thank God we were able to get that done. There's been some chiming about that they're now starting to go in through the Department of Health and working with medical examiners to falsify deaths, so that somebody falls off a ladder and they had kratom in their system. They'll say, oh, cause of death is kratom. Oh, this person overdosed. Meanwhile, they were on 3 psych meds, but you don't hear about the psych meds in the media. They just say cause of death, first ever by michigyna and speciosa, which is kratom. which they're lying. And now articles have come up, which we will bring up on Friday. We'll show you a couple good articles that are now coming out from one of them, the New England Journal of Medicine, and they, through a Freedom of Information Act, has found that they truly did lie. So I didn't, obviously I wasn't involved with that research, but I just think that it doesn't get talked about. The positive ones always seem to get pushed down. The negative stories always get the seem put out there because if the pharmaceutical companies aren't the biggest paying advertisers on television, they're certainly, sometimes they even own the television stations outright. So it's important that we do something like this. We would love to have as many people involved as possible because it's not just about us, although I love my business and love promoting it. And it is quite fun to have, my friends here telling their experiences. But at the same time, this is for everyone. As an American, we should have the right to choose what we put in our bodies, especially something that's healthy, that we are taking on our own choice, that causes no ill harm to anyone, not even ourselves. And honestly, frankly, even if it did, isn't that our choice? Isn't that why we live in the greatest country in the world? To stand up for our rights? So every American should be worried about the way they're coming after Kratom, to the fever that they did through lies, through politicians. They know the truth. They know the truth, and they were still lying to us, trying to take something that is helping so many people away, especially with the epidemic of heroin overdoses that we've been dealing with in this country for a couple of years now. You would think they would be welcoming something different, but they didn't. So that tells you right there a lot. But I'll end on that note and the happy note of I love all you guys.
And by the way, she's gonna have new merchandise, so she's gonna come back.
Oh.
Baby, sweater. So you like the hoodie? I know you have a hoodie and the shirt.
You're gonna model
Yes,
the hoodie.
and we have the hoodie, the shirt. So we're gonna get that soon, right?
Yes, I'm working with a marketing Phase 9 down the street. They are helping me currently, and hopefully they'll come up with some good stuff for me.
If you have an idea of making a show, like if you want to do, I don't know, like you said, like we said, dates night or something like that, you can call us, you can text us, call me on my cell phone, you can reach us at the Kava Bar at Facebook. And anyways, we will see you Friday, 8:30. If you want to come by, I want to hear you. We want to hear you. We want to meet you. We want to drink you Kava and crap.
Okay. Bula.
Adios.
Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen.
If you end the video now, you will be able to choose if you want to save it or delete it. Okay.